In this video, I'm going to be fully auditing my student William, who is face-to-face, which is actually kind of rare. But last time we did this, I was in Barcelona with another student, Nick, whose case study you guys saw from 0 to 40K and now from onwards to 100K. And this time, I'm here with William. William, say what's up, man.
What's up, everybody?
And in this video, we're breaking down how we're going to scale your agency, bro, from 20 to 50K per month. So after flying William out to the B&B and looking at his agency from an operational standpoint of kind of what you've been working on, what's been going on whilst you've been here, the main things that I've noticed is that we're not in a position to eliminate yourself from the business. So I think a lot of what I'm going to be covering today with you, man, is eliminating yourself out of the chatting operation, eliminating yourself out of the back end. Obviously, the front end has some work. William will give kind of light on his whole situation as far as his models, his creators, etc. But this video is easily going to be one of my most valuable videos because obviously I'm not going to withhold information to my student, and that means that you guys who are viewing this on YouTube are not going to get withheld or gatekept intelligence in this video either. So this video is going to be a long one, but it's going to be fucking valuable. Stay and watch it. So first thing I want to dive into and kind of dissect, man, is let's break this up as me and you have discussed into three parts: front end, back end, and also operations. Front end being marketing, being traffic, being sales. Back end being script selling, chatting, operations, things like that. Operations being the way that you do things. So the way you onboard creators, the way that chatters get hired, the operations to make the front end and back end work, right? So one thing that I have noticed, obviously you can give me your insights of where exactly you would like to start, but I think the most beneficial place to start would be the back end. So I know that you have some things that you do want to cover just regarding the back end, as far as scripts, as far as chatting, etc. Any place that you want to start off, or kind of honestly give the guys a little bit of information of like your chatters, also how much you're making right now, and everything else like that.
Yeah, for sure. So the last 30 days, I'm pretty much at 21,000. As for my chatting side, I mean, I technically 3 models right now. We got 3 chatters, myself, got a chat manager, and that's pretty much all I got.
So you do have a chat manager?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So I have a chat manager, yes.
And that is, I'm going to be saying names just because obviously I know his agency, but you guys will catch along the way. That is Chris, or is that is Ojo?
David is actually my chat manager.
David. Okay, cool. So David's the chat manager, 3 chatters for 3 creators right now.
Correct.
And you have them on 24-hour shifts?
No. So I have 18 hours a day chatting.
Okay.
And then so there's 6 hours a day we don't chat. For whatever reason, luckily all my creators are on the same time zone, so everything lines up that way. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm assuming those hours are the dead hours.
The dead hours, yeah.
The dead hours. Okay, cool. So first thing that I did want to get into, obviously you guys are going to be able to see each other's screen. I'm recording on my MacBook along with Williams. But one thing I do want to make sure of is that the organization of the employees is right. So navigate to your employees tab and then go over to manage employees. Okay, so this is something that a lot of guys don't even think to do, but it's very prominent that you want to add a subgroup. So add a subgroup, title it Chatting Team 1, and then save it. Add another subgroup under the same parent, Chatting Team 2. Now, as of right now, you don't have a reason for signing 3 more chatters, bringing on another team, etc., but you do have a reason to prepare that in your inflow. As you know, the biggest things that we want to do is just make sure that the foundation we're working with right now has the scalability for 50, 60, 100K per month, right? Now, go to your employees, or creators, excuse me, and go to manage creators as well. And then I want you to go to tags up there. Actually, no, let's click the setting right here. And then go to new tag, and then call that tag client group 1. Save. Do the same thing, client group 2. So we have 2 groups of chattings and 2 groups of clients. Now this is going to be very important when he signs 2 more creators, because you do have 2 other creators coming along shortly, right?
I do.
Okay, so the biggest thing and the way that we operated in, and I'll pull up my inflow shortly right here, but I was mentioning this to you earlier, but just for everyone to kind of know as well, you want to separate it within client groups and whoever is like your team. So you'll notice I'm going to pull up both things here. So chatting team 1, we have it also in chatting team, but you can see it's 3 chatters, and then this one is 3 chatters as well. We have account managers and we have chatting team relievers. So for every single chat team, there is 1 reliever, meaning, you know, obviously 3, 3, and here's going to be 2, 1 for each, and then the account manager. So the account manager is also a very important person that you need to be hiring semi-shortly. But at the end of the day, I do want to also make it prominent, William, is like, this is essentially a business owner decision. At the end of the day, this will lower your profit margins. You can do this at 5K, you can do this at 10K, you can do this at 20K, or wait till you're at 50K, right? It's just a matter of how much you're actually going to be working. But there is ways to develop a system to where you don't have to be inside of the chats every single day. And that's what I'm wanting to start to build with you right now. So the account manager is somebody that ultimately, man, to be honest with you, like it can be whatever the fuck you want them to be. Like if you want them to handle customer requests, handle OF vault, handle on uploading to the wall, and if they're willing to do that for the pay that you're paying them, that's great. Like that's 100% acceptable. So your chat manager that you have right now, I would move him into being an account manager. So if you look at our client groups, if for instance, you can see this, right? So client group 2 are these clients, client group 1 are these clients. So obviously what you guys are seeing is me and messages program from client 1 to 2. Obviously you can't see my models, but this includes my best models and some of my worst models on each group. So this is one of my best models or better models on this inflow. This is also one of my better models. And these kind of are all just like, these is one girl. This is not a great girl. This is not a great girl, right? This as well. That's one of our highest clients. These 2 accounts right here. That's one of our highest clients. These are our lowest clients, right? So you want to balance out the client groups when you do reach that scalability of having, I'd probably say when you're around 5 to 6 creators, that's when this becomes like an absolute necessity. It needs to happen, right? Because that'll help your KPIs when you go into tracking and KPIs, etc. That will basically say, okay, I'm not being biased for one chatting team. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Okay, cool. So in terms of going back to what I wanted to cover with the account managers, who is handling custom requests in your agency right now? Like if just walk me through the process. A custom request comes in from a fan. How does that work?
Fan asks for a custom request, whoever the chatter is at the time. If it's my chat manager's shift, it'll go to my chat manager, then it'll go to the model. And then
how does it go to your chat manager?
So
the chatter just relays it?
Correct. So like on Discord, they're sharing their screen or etc. If my chat manager shift is during that time, text him. Then he'll text the model, myself, and my chat manager all have our own separate chatting group together.
Yeah.
And then if my chat manager's not on, then I'll get tagged. I'll check it out, message the model, get the confirmation, yes or no, or whatever needs to be done to do it or not do it. Send it back to the chatter, goes back to the fan.
Okay. So you are in part of that process.
Correct.
All right. So what I would want you to do is that's something that like doesn't need to be a part of that process because ultimately, what are you doing in that process besides relaying information?
That's pretty much it. Just
Exactly, right? So anytime, this is for anybody watching as well, anytime in your agency where you're not actively doing something, look to eliminate yourself in it. Because it means that you are simply wasting your fucking time. Like if you're not actively saying this is acceptable, this is not acceptable, you're wasting your time. So 2 things fall into play here. I'm sure you're doing this right now because of a lack of confidence. If you don't know your chat manager, it'll be like, yo, Sarah, will you make this 20-minute video, your most exclusive shit ever, for $150? Like you don't want to seem like a dumb agency owner, like with the lack of confidence in them. Is that the kind of reason why you relay it through you first? Or is it literally just like that's how you thought you should do it?
I just thought that's how I should do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
So what I would want you to do, bro, is get your chat manager, and I would want you to kind of operate like this. So take a look at my Miro board. It should work similar like this. I'm just gonna make this very easy to, and this Miro board is gonna be messy as fuck. I'm not trying to be fancy, trying to just get this shit done. Let's see. All right, so custom request from chats, chatter on shift, whoever is chatting, relays information into. So this is actually, this is unique. So you can do this a few ways. So we have a system in play where you have a ticketing system in your Discord as well, right? for custom requests or like from clients and whatnot.
Correct.
So you can do that. If you could customize your tickets, just for you guys who are watching, what I mean by customize your tickets, he has a Discord bot that essentially submits a ticket from a custom request that gets sent over to the creator. Now, it's not working right now because your Telegram is banned, but what I would do, honestly, if I was you, man, is I would get this into Chatter submits ticket, and in that ticket, there's information that, you know, the pricing, what is exactly he's asking, what kind of turnaround time is available, etc. And this ticket has an automation that notifies the creator. And I would always recommend through iMessage, just going to be the easiest and least amount of friction for creators usually. Or you can obviously go through, sometimes we're trying to move our agency over to Slack, but girls just, they really don't get Slack. So what I would want you to do either way though, that's option A. Option B is chat manager gets the relay, so into X. So this can be chat manager or ticketing system, right? And then chat manager gets the relay, submits info into GC with yourself, model plus manager. So essentially, this has one constraint, this top level, which is why I would preferably go with this one. And here's why. If this manager is busy, the system doesn't work, right? So always when looking to eliminate yourself, see what like inconsistencies are going to pop up, because like this bottom layer is kind of what we do. So we have a ticketing system that chatters basically submit in the Discord. It's not a Discord ticket, it's a form that gets submitted, and then the form sends a notification to her phone number and she opens it in her UI. So we do it in monday.com. So essentially the chatter goes and fills out this form. The form will say, what is the fan willing to pay? Has he paid yet? What, is the actual custom entailing? For instance, we had one the other day where it's like pour honey all over the creator's fucking head and trying to pay $200, right? They only submitted that form and it gets sent to the model's phone immediately. She gets a notification. The form is titled, sauce for you and anyone watching, always title it like urgent custom request, like alert custom request. Like never let your models not be able to get the information or reply back as soon as possible. That's what my biggest advice would be, because the second they get that notification, they can accept it, they can deny it. And then once they accept it, that's where it actually kind of gets pretty cool, because we have a system in place where it notifies the creator, for instance, let's just say yes, and let's just say no. Obviously with no, it's going to immediately end right here. But with yes, then it's going to follow along back notification sent in Discord from Zapier. And this will essentially say details. So by details, I mean, she can say yes, but she can also say yes and say, I want a higher price, right? So we have in the type form that gets submitted right here, or for us, your thing will be ticket. Us, we have a type form, right? So chatter submits type form of what the custom is and notifies the creator through the iMessage. Yes, no, obviously no is just going to end it, and it's going to send, same notification gets sent into Discord with details, but those details are going to include, okay, yes. So the fields are basically this: accepted, yes, / no, and then details. So we provide, if you accept the custom, but won't do certain things or need more clarifications, please put it here. If not, leave blank, right? And then that way they can say, yes, I will do it, but for 500 instead of 400, or yes, I will do it, but I don't have a dildo, or yes, I will do it, but I don't have this, right? That way, all of this process now happens without you, right? And it's smoother. You don't have to go waste your time talking to your chatter. And like, this is something you can do literally today, right? Adding a type form, adding Zapier automations, because like Zapier can notify through WhatsApp, right? So if you get your numbers from, or your model's WhatsApp, she can notification say alert custom, this is what it is, whatever, and she can go respond here. So when it notifies the creator, a lot of guys are questioning about how she responds. The way that she does respond is there's a little in the bottom of the message, it'll basically say answer here, and it has the link to another type form. So that type form is basically just literally called create a response. This create a response is where the questions are, accept, details, etc. Like that's this type form. So literally every single time it Zapier automations to say custom, price, fan, etc. has that information. Every single time it's formatted at the bottom to say answer here, create a response, or not obviously create a response, but it's HTTPS, typeform.com/whatever. It goes into the details and it says accepted, yes, /no, details, whatever she needs to include, right? She enters those. That is what is included in Zapier as well. It gets sent back to the Discord. And then with the Discord, that person literally can just do it from the chatters. So like not even the manager has to be in play. Because like at the same time, this is causing a human constraint, right? How can we eliminate human constraints as much as possible, especially with the chatters? And like this is easy. This is Zapier, Typeform, and a chatter. There's always going to be a chatter. Zapier and Typeform never sleep, right? So like that's the biggest way to eliminate yourself for custom requests. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I feel like it saves so much time too.
100%? Okay, cool.
100%.
100%.
It's
All right.
like pretty crystal clear, not gonna lie. Like pretty straightforward.
I don't think it gets much fucking clearer than that. You got step 1 through step 10, man. Okay, cool. So custom requests, we're done doing those for the rest of the fucking time. Simple as that. Like that's gonna take you an hour and a half to build with Zapier, Claude, and Typeform. Now, outside of that, let's talk about scripts. This is something that we've kind of been chatting overall, just FYI guys who are watching this video, obviously we've been here for like about a day and a half, 2 days now. Obviously I'm helping William anytime he has a fucking question. So a lot of the questions that he did have, we've asked off camera, but I have tried and saved some of the stuff that's really valuable for this call. But talk to me about scripts, man. I know that we had a model call. Honestly, what would be amazing is what did you think about scripts, or how did you think about scripts before I hopped on that call with your client? Describe to the guys like what I did with that client exactly, and how do you think about them now, and then what are the questions you still have?
So before the model call that you helped me out with, I thought scripts were pretty straightforward in a sense where like, hey, if you ask for a picture, not saying it doesn't matter how the picture is taken, but as long as the main idea of that picture gets sent or is received to be used for a script, that's all you need, right? And the biggest thing that flipped the script or flipped my idea, even my model's idea about making content, script selling, is sending it like you're sending it to your boyfriend, sending it to somebody who you're actually talking to, cutting out all the fake bullshit when it's like the things that my model thinks that the fan wants to hear. That's absolutely not true one bit, right? So like, oh, I'm getting horny, like that sort of stuff. Like that's kind of all bullshit, right?
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So like the way that I kind of described it to William's creator was like A, the boyfriend thing. That's a kind of like obvious way to think about it. But B, it was like if you're inauthentic, like for instance, if a girl is actually so into somebody, right? A lot of the time she's not going to be so exuberant about it. Most of the time it's going to be kind of like almost in a shy, nervous, embarrassed way, right? So in the tonality in the scripts, the realism in the scripts, etc., it all is very, very important. And also, like when you ask her to film scripts and send you videos, like a lot of guys are literally just like, "Yo, send me 50 videos without your top off," like right? It makes
that too. Yeah.
it makes no sense. So like the best way to do it is have your creator. I'll put it on my Miro board right here. These are the things your creator needs to understand about scripts. So like with scripts, we have the stages, we have the pricing, we have the value, I'll explain here in a second, we have the realism, and we have the, let's talk about collection of this content, right? So stages, simplest one on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus, wherever you can get up, right? Very simple. Pricing, laddering system, increasing as value and stage increases, right? Value. The value is what your creator needs to understand, and your value ties into your stage. So one, least value, and when I say value, obviously we're talking about tits, ass, etc. Yeah, get the point. And 10 plus, or even like 6 plus, would be most value, right? So the value, the stages, and the realism, which is the act of presenting I'm just going to put this in non-salesy way. Your act of presenting your content in a non-salesy way. And what I mean by salesy, guys, is simply when the fan is watching this, I can't spell salesy, this is insane. Whatever. When the fan is watching this, subconsciously, he's going to be interpreting the video, right? Like he's going to be looking at the video, whatever. But like if the creator is overly flirtatious, for instance, right? Like imagine if the chatter's chatting, okay, cool, playing a shy persona, shy until you get to know me, whatever. She's kind of quirky, she's kind of funny. But then in the script, you've told her, be 100% into it, be freaky. This is what you're supposed to do. Like, worst comes to worst, fucking says recreate this video of my other model, right? And then it's your other model. All of a sudden, he gets a video from this girl, and she's like all hypersexual. She's like, look at this, like I'm so horny, like spreading, like going crazy. It's like, yo, like something is off here, right? They're going to get that click subconsciously. So the realism of it is honestly the way that I talk to my clients about it is act like you're sending a Snapchat nude to your boyfriend, right? Because that is going to do what? Not only is it going to put them in that mindset, so when they're filming the video, if your mindset is I'm sending the Snapchat video to my boyfriend and not I'm recording this for work, you are by nature going to film it differently. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Yeah. Like by nature, you're going to film a video differently. It's like if I was recording this video, right? And my whole goal of this video, for instance, was to make William look dumb as fuck. Like just put an example, make him look dumb as fuck. I would like talk differently. I'd be like, yo, you're not doing that right. Like that's not what, like, how would you even think that? But my goal of this video is to show William what he's doing wrong, explain it to him, and then build the right operation system so he can move forward. And that's exactly why I'm showing him what's wrong, building what's right, explaining, getting clarification. So I'm just doing it just because of the mental framework that I have going into this. And it's the same with anything you do in life. But not to go 2 layers deep, because I know you guys kind of surface level on YouTube. But with the terms of realism, I think literally just this one sentence, like the amount of times that I've like had girls been like, oh, I wish an agency owner just described it to me like that before. Like it's fucking like infinite. Like when we got off the call with your client, though, I was like, do you resonate with that? Do you understand what I mean? And she was like, yeah, the Snapchat sending to my boyfriend, I really do get that. Like people click with that. It's a great fucking way to do it. So last thing here is connection. And this is something that can be a little difficult. So what is the current way that like frequency, and B, actual just like tangible collection that you're collecting scripts from your clients right now?
So for tangible collections, they're either sending it, if they want to get set up with inflow, boom, directly to themselves on inflow. With one of my models, they'll send it directly to me, whether it's via Dropbox. That's pretty much what we usually do, Dropbox. I'll take a look at the video. Sometimes I need it, or content. I'll take a look, see what's really good, what's not good, and then most times, like almost 100% of the stuff that I get gets uploaded anyway.
Okay.
Right? And then for what's for
Collection, and then we both blinked on the first thing I said. Not just collection, but also
frequency.
Frequency. How often are you?
That's right. So currently once a week. So
is that continual or currently?
Currently, and it's going to be continual. So
okay.
Usually the first week, when we're starting to make content, that's gonna be the heaviest week. So usually I'll get 3 or 4 scripts from them, depending on the creator. So my first model that I signed, she already had 3,000 subs. So I was like, hey, I'm probably gonna need 3 or 4 different sets of scripts. So I had her do that. The newest model I signed, she had less than 20 subs when she jumped on. So I was like, hey, we just need 1, and then every week I'm shooting a new one.
Okay, yeah. So Scripts are one of those things that you only have to worry about making once a person has bought once somebody, you have a few fans who have bought like 75 to 80% of the scripts. That's kind of a telltale sign of like, okay, I need to make more scripts. And a lot of those guys that have bought 75 to 80%, they're not going to buy that. Most guys, when they've bought a script, bought 2 scripts, they transition into customs. Naturally, higher spenders are going to want customs, going back to connection. It's the psychology. They want something specifically for them. They want to feel like the model made it for them and not just because at the end of the day, the highest spenders are they're very aware of agencies. Some of them are even fine with believing that the model is chatting, but still believing that the model is not filming some of their content live. And that's why customs are so big in this industry. It's just the simple fact that the fan wants a connection with the creator. So with that being said, I usually have around 8 to 10 scripts max with my clients. And some of these girls are doing 60, 80K per month. And I don't have them make them continually. Now, if they change their hair color, if they change their nail color often, this is why, like, if you're an OnlyFans creator doing a bunch of revenue, it's just like better to do the same nails every single time, the same kind of vibe, whatever. Now, if they're outdated by like 3 months, make some new scripts, and that's usually kind of what happens is we delete the old ones from the vault and we make them new ones. But we usually do it like if we were to look at this on a 6-month period. And a lot of guys never think of this because they never even think about working with a client for fucking 6 months. But look at it on a 6-month period. You have 3 months of using these scripts, and it's kind of like a recycle period. Okay, she changes her hair, she looks different now, maybe she's lost weight, etc. Recycle. Start that recycle period by each 1 script a week, and then once you get that script in, delete 1 script. So it's like in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, and eventually, if you continually use that pattern, you'll just always have new scripts moving forward continually in your agency. So think of it like that. Don't think of it like every single week she needs to make a new one. It's pointless. You're wasting her time then. But she does need to every quarterly make a new batch if something has changed drastically. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, cool. So yeah, scripts are pretty simple. Custom requests is definitely something that is going to help you out a lot. Now, as far as hiring, let's go into operations. How is the hiring process in your agency right now?
Dude, my hiring process is absolute trash. So for my chatters, my chatters and my chat manager, I actually have my chat manager is my oldest chatter that I had, and that's the reason why he is my chat manager. But for the actual hiring, dude, my Telegram, OFM jobs, and actually my most recent chatter that we hired, I let my chat manager go find him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a bad idea. Like I don't do the hiring, like a lot of the, basically what I call casting. So I think I've explained this to you before, but like you want to fish in a pond or you want to fish in the ocean rather than a pond, meaning just to make this simple, the best chatter out of 500 applicants is going to be better than the best chatter out of 50 applicants, right? By nature. So what I would recommend doing is hire your chat manager, pay him a fucking salary, pay him, you know, like at the end of the day, before we get into any of this, I do want to dissect, let me just write this down so we actually don't lose this. Back end, hiring, also not just hiring, but training, management / ongoing maintenance. So I do want to 100% cover this most definitely, but I want to talk about your relationship with these chatters and how you kind of like continually train them. So number 1, you guys should have a meeting a week. I'm pretty sure you do, right?
Yeah, we have once a week meetings.
What day?
Every Friday.
Every Friday. Is that the only training that you do?
So me specifically, yeah. Okay. Unless there's something that needs special attention, but then I'll just get directly with my chat manager. Mm-hmm. And if it's something that needs to be implemented right now, then I'll say, hey, schedule a one-on-one training with each of the chatter and then just handle it that. And then we'll also review it on the weekly meeting if we need to.
Okay, but I would step away from this. So I would want you to kind of do the training like this. But before we even get into like the training, the one word here, bro, family. At the end of the day, this is a company, this is a business. You want your chatters to feel like they are a part of the long-term vision just as much as you are. Obviously, they're not. They're getting paid pennies compared to what the agency is making, right? You're not fucking them, but they're getting paid very much less from what you're making. But they should feel just as inclined to help you out as you want to help them out. it should be that way. For instance, something that we've done recently with our chatters is we've paid them all in crypto. It hurts us as an agency. We eat fees from that transfer from our bank over to crypto again and again and again and again. It fucks us. But just because it helps them out and it, it's not the end of the world for us. We lose maybe $200 a month, $300 a month, etc. It's a negative for us, but out of that and their respect out of us doing that for them, it's ultimately a net positive because they're going to go, you know what? Instead of fucking off, instead of ending my shift 15 minutes, instead of selling a custom for cheaper than I was told to, instead of not implementing my training, I'm going to do that because I see the vision. Griffin helps me out. We're a family here. So to create that family relationship, and this is very important. If you guys are watching this video and treat your chatters like fucking shit, you're asking your chatters not to listen to you. You're asking them to not train properly. You're asking them to do a number of things that you're not going to like just by treating them like they're nothing. So number one is weekly training schedule should look a little bit something like this. So once a week, for you it's Friday, team meeting. This includes everyone. So this will include all of your chatters, your chat manager, and yourself, okay? So right now, that's 4 people for you, right? Now, this is what a lot of guys never do, is that, how do I make it just a dot? All right, fuck it, whatever. My OCD is like not liking that at all. All right, so you're also going to have twice a week calls. You do not need a meeting. This is you and your chat manager. So your chat manager right now, what is his duties?
So I have him do all my training. Obviously, like help with the customer requests when his shift is on.
Okay.
He takes care of all the stats, so I pretty much have everything all on a spreadsheet. Takes all of the inflow just so I can see it better. Everything from the sales, from all the chatters.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does pick up any shift that a chatter can't make it to work for whatever reasons. Like I do have a chatter who's in school right now, so like he's doing exam week, picked up his shift twice. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, okay, cool. So he should be responsible, just to make a note of this. Manager responsibilities. I didn't go to school for grammar, bro. Nor did I go to school. So manager responsibilities should be training. Yes, we're doing that. Awesome. Fucking great. It should be shifts showing. So basically making sure they're showing up. Just you do that. Making sure they show up to their shifts and whatnot.
As long as he's not sleeping, yeah.
Okay,
So he does that already.
All right. And then policy deduction.
Oh, I definitely don't have that.
No, you don't have a policy deduction. So this is basically 5%. You can do this whatever. You can do 1% all the way up to fucking 50%. But for instance, let's say your chatters are getting like 5%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting 5%, and my deduction policy is essentially a 2% decrease, right? So we obviously pay our chatters more. We pay them around 10%. So it's a 2% decrease. So essentially what this means is if we go over something in training, and this is something that is accepted through us, but if we go over something in training, right, and the chat manager, it's a 2-strike system. The chat manager sees something that somebody covered during training, like for instance, he covered like, hey, we're not doing this anymore, pricing, don't fuck up, like for instance, with the wrong pricing of your custom, right? Something that happened the other day. If that happened twice, your chatter would get a 2% decrease in that month's, not just that day, in that month's payout. Mm-hmm. And your manager would get that 2% increase. So this is not something that you are having to pay for anything. This is simply just putting more money towards the person who is more responsible. So it does 2 things here. This naturally is going to make your chat manager want to look for issues, meaning he's going to be more on top of things. And it's also going to make your chatters not to want to fuck up. So it's going to make your chatters also be on top of things. You're making that basically self-discipline and self-accountability without charging you a penny. Because that 2% gets decreased, it gets increased into somebody else. Either way, you're not paying out of pocket. You're paying whatever you would pay either way. It's just to who is actually being the most accountable and being the most disciplined. So you can implement that as soon as like your next Friday meeting, like literally this Friday. I'd recommend going, yo guys, I may have mentioned this before, but I want to implement a deduction policy. This policy is not going to change anything unless you don't follow what we stand for as an agency, unless you're not being a team player, unless you're not following the trainings, and all of you have both, all told me you absolutely are, you want to, there's no reason you shouldn't be. So this shouldn't affect any of you. By nature, this should not affect any of you. But obviously someone eventually will be affected by it. Now the biggest thing with this, bro, make sure you fucking do it. Because like the second somebody fucks up and you're like, all right, listen, I'll give you a third chance. Is the second they do it again, it's you're like, oh, you gave this guy 3 chances. All of a sudden, the policy's gone to shit. It means nothing. It's it's like training somebody, bro. It's like you just keep letting him fuck up and fuck up and fuck up. He's gonna eventually just be like, oh, I can do this, right? No, you want to make sure that this is implemented immediately. So that's something that needs to be implemented. Now, another manager responsibility is creator content. So I know you don't do this right now, but essentially this should be a part of checking with creator on uploads plus new content. So right now, we just went over scripts. We went over last night as well, kind of like what your model scripts look like, whether or not they're good. She improved it fucking greatly.
1,000.
I mean, like from the call that we had with her previously, or not previously, but from the images there was previously, then the call where I helped you out with that, and then the aftermath,
Phenomenal.
like phenomenal. It was insane. So here's the thing. Now that you know how to tell creators how to film scripts, this is how the script collection should work. So I'm just gonna write kind of like a, step 1 to step whatever. So step 1, explain to creator how to film and work scripts done by agency owner, in this case, William, right? Now, step 2, creator films and uploads scripts, William reviews, okay? Now, you have to what this is setting the standard, okay? So if there is something that's wrong, you go back on this until the creator gets it right, all right? That's it. But ongoing, this should only last a week. Like if the creator's not used to filming scripts before, she'll experience this, but this realistically should only last 1 week long, okay? So with that being said, what I would recommend doing is after this week is done, it works like this. So for instance, chat manager notices there are only 3 available scripts to use, whether that's because people are buying them up, increasing traffic, time, etc. What I'm essentially doing right now, just to explain to you, is trying to automate your backend without you. Not automations as in fancy AI shit, automating the way that things flow so you don't have to be inside of there. So the chat manager notices there are only 3 scripts available, or not only this, notices literally insert any needed content for OF. This can be wall content, scripts, PPVs, customs, etc. Right? So with that being said, chat manager notices that, right? It needs new content. Chat manager contacts creator and explains what she is needed to make, okay? But lives within a group chat with her and yourself. I recommend moving all of your creators, you should be texting them on WhatsApp. That's what I do. I know that you do it do you do it on iMessage right now?
Yeah, iMessage.
Move it to WhatsApp. Reason being is all these group chats and shit and also, bro, you have one phone right now. Having your models, your work, your personal life, your family, all that shit on iMessage is pointless. Move it all to WhatsApp. So for instance, I have it basically like this, just to write this out. I have it, let's just say Ashley, this, my name or the company name, that. That's the contact name I have it all. So this emoji, I recognize this is a creator of mine, okay? Now, it will also let you, in the phone, put what is called tabs. So I have a tab called creators in my phone. It's very simple. It's just like this. You have a bunch of these tabs in WhatsApp. You'll have creators. I have creators. I have personal. I have vendors. And I also have Fantra. So this is either like students, editors, anything that helps run Fantra, right? But if I click on creators, so let's say this is selected, click on creators, okay, cool. I have Ashley, I have Melissa, I have all my creators just listed down here, all right? Now what I also have in this, and you can even make this a tab, literally however the fuck you want to organize it, is if I eliminate this and I put, let's say, backend, OF, anything you want. For me, I just have it all under creators. Now it gets a little messy, so I'm literally just saying this, like now thinking of it, like speaking out loud, it's probably be a good idea to do this, but like organize it, or you can do it under creators. Anyways, long story short, the group chats look like this. So Melissa, instead of the thing, I do it X Outlast, or X, sorry, not Outlast, I do it X Samantha. If, so for instance, my chat manager's name is Samantha. So Melissa X Samantha, she knows those are customs. You can also do this however you want. You can do Melissa custom request, okay? You can do, you know, Melissa consent request. You can do OF consent, right? And all of this. And then inside of this group chat, you're going to just see messages done by your chat manager or whoever. You know, I usually make them send voice notes, but like, hey, Melissa, there is no wall consent scheduled for this week. We need 7 more pictures to upload and manage this week. And I also have them send examples. So like, not only will they send that, they'll also send image 1. I make them usually send examples, pictures to my models, you know, like a few examples, and then saying, if you could film those / take those and send them back by this Friday before we run out, would be amazing, right? Shit like that. All of a sudden, bro, just by explaining to your chat manager how the fuck to do this, paying him a little more, you're no longer in the web. And I'm not saying this is what you should do tomorrow. I'm really not. Because for instance, if you did this, you might have to pay him more. Obviously, I think once you have 5 to 6 clients, this should be your operation. But does this make sense of like how it eliminates you? And don't like just shake your head, obviously, like challenge me, please. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Like I see we're eliminating myself, optimizing it, not like with a bot type optimization,
Mm-hmm.
but what's the word I'm looking for? Really trusting my team, giving that delegation to them, right? So
It comes from training. That's the borderline things. Like when so Jason, my business partner, handles a lot of training the chatters and whatnot, but I have a content director, right? When I hired this guy, bro, you would have thought I hated his ass because I hopped on calls with him multiple times a week to instill my mindset into content with him. And like when he would fuck up, I'd be like, no, listen, like that is not like, I would make sure that he'd learn exactly what we're looking for so he could answer a question the same way I could. Now, what that does is, if you train your chat manager this way, right? For instance, that conversation, I'm not going to go over what a script is again, but that conversation we had about scripts, right? That conversation about how to teach a model how to film, right? That conversation about, or me showing you the wall pictures of some of my models and how to use those, like what your creator wall pictures should look like. Those are the conversations you just need to have with your chat manager, and all of a sudden, he can do all of this, right? Because it's just the same fucking reason why you're doing it is because I'm teaching you that. Now you're running it. Now you go teach him that. Now he's gonna run it, right? Like it's literally as simple as that. So when you have this all in here, every single one of your creators should be in here, by the way. Like I absolutely hate it when like I have to go. We have one creator. I'm not gonna name drop. you might be watching this video, but we have one creator who messages us on iMessage and refuses to use WhatsApp just because she doesn't fucking like the platform. But move all of your creators to WhatsApp. You can still have your phone number. Like if you're like we're friends with some of our clients, like they just know WhatsApp is business text, iMessage is personal text. Like that's just what it is, right? So move it all to WhatsApp. It'll help you do it all in one platform. Like it'll be simpler, it'll be cleaner, it'll be easier to operate. Put an emoji next to it so you can identify it. And then that way, like I would literally make the group chat right now. Just don't even add anyone else. And then this is just something where, okay, now this is an addition to your agency. Film a SOP. Film a Loom video. Like I have a Loom video where I literally go on here and I have my MacBook camera on. I'm sitting here. I'm like, yo, what's up? Welcome to Outlast. I wanted to shoot this quick video over to you to explain how custom requests are going to work in your agency. So you're going to get a notification from one of my chat managers or my account manager. Samantha, if you're watching this video right now, is usually the person who's going to be doing it. May have been changed, but you're going to get a message through WhatsApp, blah, 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 blah. I explain the process, right? And all of a sudden, I don't have to have that conversation. So sooner or later, with enough delegation and training to your team so they know exactly what to do and how to operate with it, fill in the gaps of the conversations that you would need to have to explain how to use that to your creator through Loom videos, etc. All of a sudden, you're eliminated from the OF. All of a sudden, your entire job is social media management, which is what I think that every single OnlyFans agency should be. You're a social media manager at the end of the day. Does that make sense?
It makes 100% sense.
Okay. Before we get into the front end of things, anything that you wanted to cover regarding the back end still?
Yeah, actually, so on the Discord, I'm assuming you use Discord for your chatters.
Correct.
So with the multiple chat teams on your Discord, you just give one chat team certain access and the other team a different access, or is all of them have the same chatting access, sharing the screen in the same Discord channel, so you have two shared screens at a time, so you have two chat teams?
So the way that it works, and I will be honest, for those of you who don't know, I've explained this to you obviously, but Jason handles our entire backend at our agency. So as far as not training chatters, but managing the chatters, the team leads, etc., he's fully responsible for that. So our exact way, obviously I know the way that it works, but that's a more specific question. Now, I do know that we have separate roles, for instance. For instance, there's chat team 1, like chat team 2 chat, shifts for both of them. But the monitoring, no, we don't. And here's why. The separation between chat team 1 and chat team 2 is what? It's strictly who they're chatting on. Like, that's it. Like, it's like, there's not a separation of, okay, this person has some sort of weird role that he has to do. Like he's doing the exact same job as chat team 1 is. It's just I'm working on these clients. Now, there is something important though, is that going back to what we went over in this, to break down my chat team, just so you can look at it, this guy right here is our best chatter. This top chatter you're seeing right here. I'm just gonna say last name's Tan. Tan is our best chatter on this page. Just because I don't want to give him first and last, like just in case anybody's watching it, you're going to outreach to my boy. This is my guy. So he's our team leader, chat, account manager, analytics. He has a lot of roles. This guy's fucking great. We pay this guy multiple high 4 figures every single month. And he's on like a salary. Like he gets paid way more than fucking just the 10%. But this guy here, Tan, he is on the client team 1. No, excuse me. He is on the client group 2. Yeah, he's on the client group 2 with his chatters. And you can see every single one of these are going to be the exact same clients, right? You move into this, pretty much the exact same clients. Now, some of them have extra access for simplistic reasons. Don't even worry about that. That's literally just because of our custom agency. Like every agency is custom, bro. Like I'm saying chat team 1's going to chat on client group 1, vice versa with 2 and group 2. At the end of the day, man, if you have somebody who's like, yo, I have like an extra 4 hours, you know, like, okay, cool, you can chat on this client as well. Or like, hey, I want to see if you're really good enough. Like, why don't you chat on this client as well for like 2 weeks, and we'll see the bias of like, okay, you versus this person on the same actual model since you're on different teams. Like, it gets custom, and you will figure out you'll clean up the edges, for lack of better words. the more and more you go. But the basis of what I want you to know, chat team 1, chat team 2, account managers. These are people who handle vault content requests. So for instance, right, Samantha, this would be an example of what Samantha would essentially send. So you'd have this, you'd have Melissa account management, right? And of course, got the rocket emoji. And this would be from Samantha saying, hey Melissa, there's no wall content scheduled this week, blah, blah. This is like a literal example of a text that I fucking got sent in this group chat the other day. It's literally like that. Like that's what this girl's job is to handle that content. At the same time though, this person could be your chat manager as well. Like Samantha, that's who we have meetings with the most often. You will see we don't have a real manager, right? So we have account manager, statements, team leader. This guy right now, account manager, analytics, chatter, team leader. And chatter. This would be, honestly, our definition of a chat manager is Samantha, because not only does she manage the chatters, her and Adrian, or Tan, they kind of go hand in hand with the same shit decently, but Adrian is more focused on overall client groups. And also he's chatting on the best clients. He also does hiring. He also does training. He also does maintenance. He also tracks fucking KPIs for us. This guy's a fucking beast. Like, I don't know how I found him, but he's an absolute beast. And he even finds some clients or chatters for us. Like he found Giancarlo, which is absolutely amazing. But anyways, to wrap this back into what I was saying, which was the chat team and the chatters, the balance of it is what I wanted to get to. So I think I covered this a second ago, but like I said, not your best models on all one team. Same thing with your chatters. Your best chatters should not be on one team. Like if you have, let's say, 5 chatters or 6 chatters, really you should have 8 if you have 6, because you need 2 relievers to have 24/7 hour chatting. That's another thing. I would hire a reliever right now, because your reliever, you're gonna pay him less. Like it's the simple nature of like, okay, just pay him strictly commission, and you can pay him less commission because he's only working a few days a week, right? Instead of a lot of days a week. Like this guy can literally work 1 day a week. Doesn't need to get paid a lot, right? So you can either have someone else who's picking up that shift, or you can have a reliever. But essentially, what I'm getting at is you want to have, like, let's say 8 chatters. You want to have 4. If you have like 4 really fucking good guys, 2 on each team, for just like the easiest way of putting it, right? If you have 3 really fucking good guys, 2 guys are obviously the best, the better clients, the higher earners, but the 1 guy should be training the other people to make somebody of the better person, right? It's kind of just like you're wanting them to constantly improve by self-reliant and self-accountability, because you don't want to be having to be in there every single day fucking training them. But besides the monitoring question, the separation, any more questions regarding that, and also clarification on what I'm saying there?
No, everything's all good over there. I guess tracking should be this here, the front or the back.
How should training lines be?
Tracking
links. Tracking links. Yeah, let's dive into tracking links. So, tracking links, I'm assuming you mean in inflow.
Yeah. So, how should they really be used? Or like when to use them, how to use them.
Yeah.
Like instead of just popping them up on your Instagram and Twitter or X or wherever and just like hoping for the best kind of deal, you know what I mean? Or not hoping for the best, but just seeing what performs better kind of deal.
So we have a very simple way of tracking. Essentially, what this is something that's old, that's new. So let's see, main Instagram. This model we do not track a lot apparently, mainly because she makes a fuck ton. I'm not trying to track too much, but tracking links kind of look like this. So you have a bunch of different links. You can have Reddit, you can have Threads, IG. Main thing is different platforms, of course. Like I'm sure you already kind of knew that.
Yeah,
it's like different platforms. Now, the best way, like simple enough said, bro, don't look at tracking links as in like a big shit. It's not. It's something that's just like, okay, 80%. Like if you know you're making $100,000 and you have the tracking link saying that, okay, 20,000 of it's coming from Reddit, 10,000 is coming from Snapchat. Okay, this is 20%, 10%. That'll help you just allocate your reinvestment and also your time. But what I use tracking links for when I'm running campaigns on marketing is date comparison. So what I'll do is I will basically create a tracking link, and I will basically call this tracking link, what's today's date? July 1st. And I know I'm going to run this for, let's say, a 2-week test to July 14th. And I'm going to put my source wherever, whatever, like, where I'm going from it. Promo costs. Am I putting money into it, right? Obviously, usually not. You can add tags, but you don't really need to. And list, you can add this, but I'm not going to as well. I usually just do this, right? And I do save. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna take this link and I'm gonna put it in my link me for those dates, all right? Now, let's say, why would I do that in the first place? If I change the marketing strategy, if I change the niche, any sort of change that you are expecting to increase your revenue, that's when you would do it. Because like at the end of the day, tracking links aren't going to be something where like, okay, every month we're going to set this up, we're going to run this. No, it's just going to be like, okay, I am interested to try and see how this works. Let's see if it actually does work. And that's like, okay, July 1st. And then once you get to the 14th, you go July 14th. My math is terrible. 14 plus 14, 28. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just wanted to sound stupid as shit. All right, Instagram. And then once again, so July 20 or July 14th to July 28th. Now this can be if you redid it, right? So you moved it, this is what it was. And what I like to do is the first one, just leave it as a test run. So if you know you're going to do something, leave this, like just leave that, right? And then afterwards, that's when you implement it. So you can literally go, okay, between these time periods, when I was doing this for 2 weeks and this, like my normal shift for 2 weeks, how many different clicks did I get? Subs? What was my CVR? For some reason with this kind of content, were fans having it? Because this will tell you not just the link itself, it will tell you about the fans, right? So if I'm changing my marketing, all of a sudden my CVR is going up, like, oh, okay, this type of marketing increases CVR, great. Promo costs, whatever, spending CVR, and then profit doesn't fucking matter, anything. I mean, obviously you can say the profit of the fans who spent, etc. But that's the only real thing of like tracking links is like comparing the dates, and you should 100% have a tracking link separated for each and every single social media account that you use.
So do you have multiple link in bio? For instance, so do you have
Like,
multiple link me's? Like
yeah.
what? A link me made just for Instagram, a link me made just for...
LinkMe has a native feature for that.
Oh, they do?
I'm 99% positive. Either you create another LinkMe or you just make a sub account. You don't have to pay for a bunch of different plans. I know that. I'd be paying for these plans if I would. Or I'd be paying for these fucking plans if I would. And if I am, we need to talk about these tracking links. No, in all seriousness, I think it does have a built-in feature. I know at least Get All My Links used to, but I would assume LinkMe smart enough to take that feature from them. Now, what else besides just that? So far, let's kind of recap before we move into anything, because the marketing is going to be decently quick, but nothing crazy. You have I want to make something very clear. I know after this call, you're not going to have an agency that's going to be built to 50K per month. But now you know when you can afford, this is how you delegate that.
Dude, that's what you think.
What?
I said, that's what you think.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Dude, next month we will hit 50K.
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, shit. Like, honestly, with the 2 creators you're signing, you could implement this entire system. Like, obviously, the parts of these infrastructure that I'm saying, yeah, you could implement this shit in like 3 weeks easily.
Dude. Next month, you're like, hey, how do I take my agency from 20K to 50K? Month of that, 50K to 100K.
Bro.
Next month after that, how my students surpass me and
Yeah,
make
for
me
real.
fucking money,
Why-
bro.
Now, guys, William is going to be auditing my agency. No, but in all seriousness. Okay, cool. So, went over a lot. I know it's kind of messy. Creator content, checking in with new uploads. You understand that. This can also be yeah, cool. So yeah, I mean, you now have the ability to, and the knowledge to eliminate yourself. You know what the team structure is going to look like. You know how it's going to run. A customer request is going to be eliminated. Content in the vault also, how that's going to be eliminated from you. Do you genuinely see that?
Dude, yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. Now, let's rotate. let's rotate this bitch. Let's go into front end. So we went into back end. Cool, awesome. We also touched the operations on the back end. Obviously not operations on the front end, but that's what we're about to get into is the front end. All right, took a short break to mess with the filming settings, making sure it was all good. But now let's dive into the front end. So describe quickly what one you want to cover with the front end. Also tell the guys what we did last night regarding the content plan.
I feel like they need a little bit more context too, because for my front end, it's a little bit different. All my creators that I signed, actually, except for one, doesn't have any social media. So all the money that we made, except for one creator, right, was all pretty much just everything from the back end, from the chatting, no social media involved. So all my front end, for like social media wise, I have literal no clue on what to do except for what we talked about off camera, right? But what's the question you asked?
Walk them through what we went over last night.
Oh yeah, what we went over last night. So pretty much how to build a content plan, how to take elements from a video, key elements from a video that's performing well to a video that can perform well, what it's missing, put them together to send to my models, to really be that social media manager, to be that content creator for them, right?
So essentially, you're at a place right now where you're making $20,000 a month. You don't have enough profit margins. Like this is just an outlay for you to get a content director. Absolutely not. I pay my content director high four figures every single month. That's your profit, essentially. That's not something that we can pay for right now. But we want to basically set the creators up and set a system up for that content. So number one, I want to walk you through, and I am going to post this video semi soon, but I want to also walk you through briefly my content plan. Now, obviously, since William is a part of Fantra, this guy gets the database duplicated for him. I'm literally going to go into Monday.com. Jason will also set this up with you. I'm going to set this up with you, but we're going to duplicate what I'm about to show you on a Miro board version. This is inside of the Monday.com operation. Now, you'll see some things. So you'll see stage 1 all the way to stage 6, plan to send. And now 2 things here, automation layer and permission layer. Basically, automation layer of this is just collection. This has nothing to do with planning or anything. This is collection of distribution of content. This is an automation layer that auto notifies the creators. It has database to database routing, Google Drives in it, etc. There's also a permission system where the creator obviously can't see all the creators' content plans. The creator or the editor can't see it until it needs editing. The content director can't see it until the creator uploads it, and it is all based off status. So it starts off us literally pressing a button. You press a button, a document is made. Remember on your content plan, actually email me that content plan that we made last night. We're gonna go over that content plan because honestly, he has a meeting with a creator here at about literally 30 minutes now. And this content plan we made together in order for him to showcase to this creator, because this is one of the few creators that he's gonna take 110% serious with social media. Yeah, use that one. And we wanted to make sure it was built. But let me go into that, get that link that you just sent me. So essentially this button is pressed, right? And you see brand statement, competitors, content format, usable viral elements, niche, everything bold, right? This button, when it's pressed, it's not only making a document with all of that, but it also has what I wrote in parentheses before.
Sorry, keep going.
Talk to me.
I was gonna say, hold up. You press that button and this comes up?
Yeah, there's a Zapier automation that essentially creates a new doc. It copies a doc. So we have a doc template that essentially is like brand statement and then parentheses, 1 to 2 sentences describing exactly who this model is, blah, 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 right? So we have a Zapier automation that when press that button, it then is duplicated and is attached to that card in Monday.com. It's a big layer. We're just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna duplicate it to you. And so you'll have access to it, so you won't have to know how to build it. This shit took me months to build. But essentially, it's duplicated like this, so it's a fill in, it's a plug and play process. So brand statement, competitors, it has all of that. Boom, you press it. It goes out to nobody. It's fully controlled by whoever presses that button. And the status is immediately put to building. You're building that content plan. Then assign. You will have also, just like in Notion, if you go under person, like every single CRM has this, Monday.com, Notion, etc. If you go under I don't know if it's element or add property. It's a property. The property of people, you add these as your creators as people into the CRM, you select the creator. So let's say I select Sarah. The second, there's an automation for this, the second I select someone in that property, it changes the status to assigned, and this permission layer is attached to this, which essentially makes it only available to Sarah. So then she also, with the automation, gets a notification on her phone, content plan for 17th to 29th is created. Please review, right? She clicks it on her UI. She can only see the content plan. She can't see anything else. Now, another property that's attached to this is a Google Drive link. It's another automation that we have that creates, so we have think of it like this. There is a master folder called, this is a part of onboarding once we onboard a creator. It's called this, right? Marissa, for instance. And then under this, like this is a folder in Google Drive that we have, right? It's a folder called Marissa, I think it's like Marissa host content, whatever. The second that gets assigned to Marissa, there's an automation that goes out that creates another folder titled the name of this document. And all of it is always going to be content plan. And then whoever's editing the content plan has to enter the date. So it's content plan, blank date to blank date. And then once that's filled out, obviously he's going to fill that out before assigning it. So when he assigns it, this is going to be titled content plan for 17th to this. So you now have this one folder of all your fucking content plans, and it's not the actual plan, it's just the content that gets uploaded. So this is attached as like https://googledrive.com in an element, in a link. So she sees the content in her UI, she knows how to film it, she's had meetings with you, etc. And she also has the exact link where she's gonna upload this, right? So she's gonna click that link once she's done filming it. And then once she's received that content, the creator is responsible for moving it to assigned to received. The status from assigned then to received, she's literally gonna click the status, it's gonna drop down her status that's available. Since she hasn't yet received, or since she hasn't yet done any of this, like she can move it to filming, film needs upload or upload, but she can't move it back in the system. Mm-hmm. So that's where the automation, the permission layer comes into play. So she moves it to received, then once she starts the filming, she moves it to filming. Throughout this whole process, bro, we're getting notifications. Like I am and Jason is getting notifications, Marissa's starting to film, Marissa has uploaded, Marissa has this, right, cool. Then that's gonna move to needs upload, that's gonna move to uploaded. And once it's uploaded, then it's going to go into the review, right? So she moves it from film needs upload to review. Once that is done, she can no longer see it. It'll meet the second she clicks uploaded, it has an automation, removes it from her UI, her shit's empty. Now it goes into the next person who has the permission to see the review status, right? And then there's 3 paths it can go into. Either this is a content director, moves it from needs editing to edited, or needs to review, or it's ready to post, right? If it's just a simple ass video ready to post, cool. Anyways, don't want to spend too much time on this because like I said, I'm gonna duplicate this shit for you, but it'll eventually move from ready to post, then to posting, and then from posting, it'll get sent out. Throughout this whole process, it notifies the right person. It is only viewable by the right person who actually needs to view it, etc. Does this make sense? As far as just like the way that this whole operation goes.
It makes sense, but I definitely need to like go over it. See it and like go over it again. That was a lot.
I'll show you after this video, but essentially in Monday.com, it's like a full UI of like your A through Z content collection.
No, like it definitely makes sense.
This is something that we offer in Fantrally. So the duplicated databases from literally like, okay, we're hopping on a call with you, building this out for you, because like you can't just duplicate it because all of the automations that are to come play. So in the automations, we custom enter like creator's name. We have on board like onboarding is honestly stupid busy. Like how long have I been saying to you, we've been onboarding, I'm gonna blank this out, but the new creator comes, right? I've been saying that for like fucking 2 weeks, right? I haven't even had a content meeting with her yet. It's because all of these shit has to happen first. But once it does happen in onboarding, it's automated, right? So like would I rather have a complicated ass onboarding process that not complicated, but just has a lot of work that needs to get done tangibly, and then from that point on be able to just fucking print, right? Or would I rather have a simple one, but still continually need to do all these fucking tasks in between for the rest of my time?
No,
exactly, right? I'd rather spend my 2 weeks to do all this shit originally. So that's what this is kind of built for. So with this being said, this is kind of the content plan that is honestly made by me. Like once I click that button, this is what comes out to play. So the brand statement, the competitors, a lot of this is showing her who she is as a creator. And you can see like viral elements for interest-based content. Okay, you have the gym, workout tutorials. We went over this. We spent probably like what, 2 hours building this last night? Tons of stuff that I can dissect, but I want you guys to notice one thing watching this video, because obviously William knows this. This is already like helping him scale. This is literally, I'm showing you this strictly just for value for YouTube. This is, there's not, as you can see, because this is, I'm guessing what 90% of your guys' content plans look like.
Dude, should I show my old content plan?
Yeah, you honestly can if you want. Load it up. Instagram.com/ like that's probably what 99% of your guys' content plans look like, is this shit right here. Literally just like, this is the video, recreate it, blah, blah. That does nothing. It does nothing. It wastes your time, because how many, you're gonna do that for the rest of your fucking lifetime in existence with your agency? It makes no sense. Make content plans that gives her ideas on what to film and teaches her how to be a long-term creator, an influencer, not an OnlyFans girl that markets, a girl that just happens to have an OnlyFans. That is the idea. Now look at this. This is what you call an overcomplicated content plan. So like what I just showed you was an undercomplicated lack of information. This is an overcomplicated wrong information content plan. So the pink mask creator, niche ideas, luxury mystery girl. She's rich, anonymous, and unbothered. Semi-personified. Cool, neat. You have 2 niches.
This is when we're deciding to pick a niche.
Oh, deciding to pick a niche. Oh, 3 niches. 4 niches. 5 niches. Shit, bro. She could be anything. Okay, so that tells me that this was not based off who the creator actually was. It was just whatever you thought it would be. Okay, cool.
What I thought she should be, actually.
Yeah, which
pick
makes
one of these 6.
Yeah,
pick one of these 6, and here's the reasons why you should pick one of these 6. Literally how it went down.
Yeah, location, find 3 spots with strong natural light. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You know, because like at the end of the day, this is replaced with this, right? So outfits and clothing, whenever she's doing her lifestyle content, format and filming is basically in the format of every single one of the videos that you're doing your outfit. Film it like this girl right here, right? Clean background, we went over this, but clean background, one steady shot, etc. But this video is boring. Your creator can't post videos like this. What she has to do is take that format and then add unique add-ons to implement to her content. Add transitions into it. Right? Add talking/story times into it.
This background, you know, I'm in business, we're getting dressed together. I really just have a little bit of bopping around to do, and
So
bopping
a
around.
little bit of bopping around, bro. Everybody's got some bopping around to do. But you can see this is honestly so much cleaner to look at as well, and also understandable and digestible, because we have, okay, outfits and clothing. That's the broad funnel. All right. Format and filming. This is how I want you to film it. Cool. Got it. Film it like this video. She can now forever film it like that video. All she needed to do was see it, right? When you say, use strong lighting. Well, what, where strong lighting? How do I get the strong lighting, etc., right?
Midday, noon in Hawaii, bro. Strong lighting.
Yeah, for real. She got an hour to film videos. That's it. But no, seriously though, like you just add one video. This is a winning format, just the format of how the video is looked at. And then you add unique add-ons. Same thing with this shit. So workout tutorials. When this girl wants to do gym content, this girl that we made this content plan for, she wants to do gym content. I'm not about to do the normal ass workout content or workout tutorials. So one thing I knew was my idea would be to implement the basic workout tutorials, but curated towards her personality. For example, for captions, instead of like the POV, the workout I do to grow my glutes every single week. Boring, every other bitch does it. POV, the workout routine I kill myself for every single week just to be shy, just to say hi to him, right? And she's like, first thing's a dumpy. What does that say from the girl? She's not as that self-confident. She's kind of shy. She's kind of inward, but yet when you get to know her, she's funny because she can say, you know, the workout routine I kill myself, literally not to be able to say hi to anyone. Self-analysis. She's self-aware of who she is, which is also a personality trait, right? Another idea would be to make the name of the exercise funny instead of using the direct terminology. So instead of 3x10 hip thrusts, 3x10 kitty punches, and literally acting like they're not even, like acting like that's normal. You know what I mean? Like just like, oh, I just happened to name it like that, in a sense of like, you're not even trying to make somebody laugh. Like the video serious, everything serious, just that's there. hilarious. You know, this girl, for instance, also the angles. Again, 4 angles for gym content. And I made it very clear, this girl does not implement personified content, but she does have extreme experience in angles and filming, take angles and other aspects besides branding from her, right? So I took a girl that does no personal content. That's why she has a negative view ratio, 93,000 followers. She on average falls below that, but she is very good at angles. She's very good at the way that videos look. She's very good at centering herself. She's very good at lighting. She's very good at transitions. So that's why I implemented that and said, take this from that, but nothing else. Don't recreate those types of videos. Recreate it using these, you know, the workout tutorials. We could do it again and do, you know, so you have workout tutorials, and this would mainly be like content ideas, and then this would fall under that, and then these would fall under that. Oh shit. This would fall under that. Content ideas, angles, or this would be there. And then if you had another content idea for the gym content, for instance, if we did, I mean, we would have to do research. We go on Instagram, do research, but just off the top of my head, besides workout tutorials, I did see cooking, for instance. So instead of like the classic, like what I eat as a girly who goes to the gym every single day or whatever, I would, since she's like you described this girl shortly, if we roll back to the brand statement, this also is going to help with ideating. You see how my brain immediately went brand statement. When I'm not thinking of how to change the normal cooking video, brand statement. She's a semi-shy girl who, once you get to know her, is kind of cutesy, weird, and super sweet, has a funny side as well. Okay, so kind of like a shy, cutesy, whatever. My idea would be, instead of the normal just cooking content, you could do, my idea would be to film a series where she has to cook with only what's left in her house, but actually makes a good meal. ChatGPT can help. So my idea with this, just because obviously that doesn't make too much sense off paper, my idea would be like, instead of having her do the content ideas where it's literally like, you know, 2 pounds of this, 1 chop of this, 1 of those, it would be like, welcome back to another night of me not knowing what the fuck to cook, and my pantry is completely empty. Let's see what I can come up with as a girl who goes to the gym early, or as a girl who goes to the gym daily and tries to keep a figure, right? So it's kind of like I'm admitting I don't have all the shit, but I'm still here doing it, guys. Let's try, right? It's kind of that cutesy, shy, you know, like I'm self-aware, I don't have all the shit. So then she goes and has like pasta with like lettuce. Like, she makes the weirdest fucking meals. And you could literally go and ChatGPT, what is a weird protein packed meal that like it's easy to cook? And she doesn't, like, that's the thing, is this can be engineered. She could have a great fucking pantry, great kitchen to be cooking shit in, but she could just say, this is all I have and this is all I have. And we could just do it from ChatGPT. Like, what's weird meals that kind of makes sense, but not really and not typical? Have her cook that and be like, oh, this is all I have, right? Unique element, taking a oversaturated, non-personalized, every other bitch does it, basic content format, the cooking, the style, the vlog, etc., into this girl, right? Just a way to do that. That's viral elements for you. That's the way that you want to manipulate concept. And then persona examples. So let me load this up. So I did want to just show this video as well, as that of more so like gym content focused on personality. The reason why I wanted to load this video up is because this is this girl's one video. Just take note that this creator's views are average sub to 100K. Not only did this crack 300,000 views, but it also pulled a 1.8x on the engagement compared to 80% of her other videos that also cracked the 300K mark. So on the videos that are rare, but I scrolled down and found some that did also pull that same view count. We looked into this last night. This one still pulled more engagement, meaning showcasing the gym girlie's real side is something the viewer is subconsciously attracted to. So watch the video. So it's basically saying she finds the gym as her happy place, but yet she's just like straight stone cold face, like whatever. If you look at this girl's content, this was the girl that we were looking at earlier. None of this other videos are about her. Look. Your next glute drop, if I go up to William like, yo, you, second I go you, if I'm gonna go you, anything with you, it's no longer about me. If I look at any of these captions, POV, you accidentally became an upper body girly, can apply to fucking anyone, right? But when the second you curate it to me, the gym is my happy place, POV, my face at the gym though, right? It's all focused on her and her personality and what she's like. Now, proves it. But yeah, that's the kind of content ideation process. You now know how to make a content plan just from what we went over last night. And this is something that you can do for every single one of your clients again and again and again. The reality of scaling, William, from like, you know, a $20,000 operation with content to a $50,000 operation is this efficiency, which is going to get kind of done for you. And
The content planning.
the content planning is one thing, but realistically, bro, it's you knowing how to market. And I think you've learned a lot. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, would you say so?
I mean, in the short amount of time, yeah.
Yeah, like that you've been here. I think you've learned a fuck ton just about marketing, the way that I think about marketing, watching me do it for some of my clients, etc. I think you have learned a lot. But the biggest thing that I want you to understand is this is going to get kind of done for you. Now, in the aspects of how to eliminate yourself eventually out of the content, creative director, editor, poster, your first hire is going to be an editor. Always. They're cheap, they're easy, it's an insane ROI if it means that you don't have to spend 4 hours a week editing content and you can do it for $5 a reel, $3 a reel or cheaper. That's an investment because ultimately, where do you get revenue from? Traffic, right? Traffic comes from social media. Awesome. So editors are a great fucking investment. I wouldn't worry about a poster. You can do the posting until you have at least like 8 clients, 7 clients, right? Because it's all a matter if you have an editor and you're getting that content sent back to you, it's just like, okay, I just schedule, boom, done. And then obviously after that, it's moving towards, a little stuff there, moving towards getting into a content scheduler for you. This is gets sent out to our scheduler that we have who does all the posting for us. The same guy, needs review, whatever, editor, and content director. So yeah, content director, editor, and poster are the 3 people that's going to eliminate your thing. But at the end of the day, man, to get to 50K a month from where you're at right now, it's about automating the things that you can't automate right now, custom requests, cleaning up the chatting, adding in hire training, fixing where you hire from. Hire from Discord instead of Telegram, get a big lead pool. I know that we talked about hiring and then we kind of lift off of it. So really quickly, hire from Discord. Look at Discord servers. I'm not going to give the exact names just because like if I do give the exact names on this, then it's not going to be good anymore. But to give guys on YouTube sauce, look for the ideal client profile. Who is already on their laptop 24/7? Who needs a job? For instance, just to give one out, people who game all day long. Look at where they are. People who do online dating 24/7, look at where they are, right? They're already on their laptop. They're not getting paid for being on the laptop. They would love a job where they could be on their laptop and get paid, right? And also they're going to be just easier to be trained. Second to that, deduction policies, automating everything that you're running right now as far as custom requests. The vault content, you can automate that right now. Wall content, you can automate that right now. Scripts, it's 50-50, but like you easily could up your chat manager that you have right now, pay him a little bit more, and implement the WhatsApp stuff. I would want you to implement all the WhatsApp shit right now, 100%. Because like that would get you just a cleaner flow of your agency. Right now, it's going to seem redundant. Like, I don't know whether or not you're thinking that, but I know I've told you guys before, and they've been like, yo, Griffin, it's working. Like, nothing's breaking talking to these bitches on iMessage. Well, it's like, okay, cool, bro. Well, once you get 12 girls, and you got to scroll down your iMessage, blah, blah, and you can't tab your shit with the WhatsApp nativeness of it, and you can't just have it like this, there is a difference. This is infinite scalability. That is limited scalability. It has nothing to do about whether or not it fucking works. That's what a lot of guys get wrong about scaling. It's not about whether or not it works. It's about how long and how much volume can it work with. This is that. What you have fucking obviously works, right? If you were an audit and a beginner, this whole thing would be different. I'd be showing you how to change what you're doing entirely and why it's not working. What you're doing, you're making 20K a month, bro. Like what you're doing is working. It's just a matter of setting up for infinite scalability is the biggest thing. Does that all make sense?
It does.
Well, I mean, there's not too much to get into the front end. Any questions over anything that we covered at all?
Just I guess one last question that I have, or like kind of the main thing. So for I have a new creator who's looking to start, like new creator as in like new to OnlyFans. She reached out to me. What would you say the best play would be to be in the beginning? Like, should I focus on social media first? Let's just say, for example, hit 10K followers, etc. Then drop the link. Should I do both at the same time, optimizing her OnlyFans, optimizing her social media, scaling both?
Brand new to
One,
OnlyFans?
brand new to OnlyFans.
What I would do it like this. So I would take, I'm just gonna draw this out step by step for you. I would first collect content for OF. This is going to include scripts, wall content, banner plus PFP, aka OF, fully set up and ready. But very important, no traffic sent to. This is going to be your first, I'm just gonna put like the timeline, but this is what you should be focusing on for how long. This is gonna be about 1 to 2 weeks of this, right? Now, during that 1 to 2 weeks, cool thing about time is that you can work on one thing while somebody works on another. While she's doing that, you're gonna start thinking about social media. You're gonna build out that content plan how I built it. So you're gonna build out content plan and then, yeah, so collect that. Honestly, let me just move this there. So one, yo,
It's because you're the A.
oh, let me just do this, 2 weeks, boom. Right, that makes more sense. Content plan, start ideating brand identity, all right, whatever, fuck it. Now, next 2 to 4 weeks, you should be focusing on starting to post on social media. This is, formats everything you've done. And then while you're posting, look at what's working. So identify patterns. So patterns can be anything as small as outfits, hair, styles, etc. And it can be as big as, dancing trends work best or talking head works best, right? Like it can be as obvious as something like that, or it can be as small as like, for some reason, these videos usually get more comments when she's wearing this outfit. About the outfit, they get comments. Okay, cool, right? So you identify the patterns, and then at the end of week 4, you track and actionize. I don't know if that's a word, but maybe it's not a word. I'm gonna add that to my dictionary. Actionize. If that's not a word, that needs to be a word. I do that a lot, but like actionize. Tell me, like, would that not make sense? Actionize something, put something into action.
I guess so.
Right?
I mean, that's
Actionize is in track. Actionize what you've tracked. So to make it not sound like a dumbass, track and implement
and action.
and actionize. Implement the changes you've identified in this, right? That's what I want you to do. And so in 4 weeks, OF is ready. You know it works on social media. And now, week 4 to 6.
Make 10K in the first month.
Yeah, make 10K in the first month. No, genuinely. I mean, I did 230K in 30 days. Like 10K is doable in 30 days.
Sorry, do 230K in the first month. Got it.
Correct.
I don't know why I shot so low. Fucking idiot.
First 4 to 6 weeks.
100K a year is not good enough nowadays.
No, it's not, bro. You're broke with 100K a year. But anyways, 4 to 6 weeks. It should be content push, 3x per day going out, and then launch OF link, and now you're back at your average management situation. But like that's honestly the way that I do with brand new OF creators: optimize, back end, repeatability, get my chat team ready, prepare everything, personality sheets, everything, bam, bam, bam. 2 to 4, ideating the content plan, having to start to film content, curate that content, get an idea of what exactly you want in that content, identify why that content what's working is working, and then from that point, push. You figured out what's working, run it, don't stop. That's any clarifications or additional questions on that?
No, not one bit.
That answers what you wanted?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So other than social media though, I don't even know if there is one, but is there another place to source traffic or best place to source traffic? Not just anywhere. So don't tell me like share for share. Right?
Yeah. No. Like I wouldn't, because like the thing is ROI. If you can spend 10 hours on Instagram and pull $10,000 and spend that same 10 hours cool, on a, for the fucking idiots on dating apps for 10 hours and pull, let's say, $5,000. Yeah, it works. But your key word and what you just asked me, is there any, well, no, you didn't even ask me. You just said, is there any other? Well, yeah, of course there's others. But if you said, are there best options besides social media? Keyword best? No. Your ROI on Instagram marketing is 110% of the time going to be higher than your ROI spent on any other platform. That's a proven fact across agencies. And if your agency, if you're watching this as a creator, or if you're an agency watching this and you're like, no, I make more money off Reddit, I make more money off dating apps. Congrats, bro. You fucking suck at Instagram marketing. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I did 230,000 in 1 month. You have never done that off any other platform. And if you have, please hit my line. I would love to get the sauce. But knowing that I'm going to get no DMs, no, your highest ROI is going to be from Instagram 102% of the time.
Dude, as your student, I should prove you wrong. Let me go on fucking dating.
Bro, run it, bro.
200K real
like,
quick.
I'm not going to tell you to run it because I don't want you to waste your time. But shit, bro, run it. But yeah, I think that kind of wraps everything up. Anything else?
No, that was like pretty much all the biggest things that I had or struggles until I hit 50K. So.
All right, bet. Well, here's the thing. About everything that we just talked about, realistically, bro, you're going to need more questions answered. You're going to need more things clarified along the path of what we do. And that's just the reality of it. Like what we went over probably gave you some clarifications. You'll probably make some changes tomorrow. Maybe these changes are going to eliminate your time. You might end this, month off with an additional 5K. Realistically though, with the information you have and also the accessibility to me, you just knowing what that looks like at 50K, maybe not the exact every single way and how, you just knowing what it looks like and having that in your subconscious will eventually transfer to your reality decisions, and you will get, like, I have no fucking doubt in my mind that you're going to get to 50K a month in a matter of a month, 2 months, 3 months, bro. Like, that's right over the hill. Now, to anyone watching this, I also want to make it very clear, again, what we went over is not going to get William like that to 50K. It's the matter of showing him everything that we did today was what? It focused on creating that infinite scalability. Infinite scalability, systems that allow you to have one operator and allow you to have at 100K a month, 4 operators, but yet the same system at its core, that's what gets you to 50K per month. And if you notice, that's what I covered throughout this entire video. So that is the idea that I want you to have. It's not a system. It's not one strategy. It's not one hire. It's not one this. None of that's going to elevate your revenue. That's bullshit. And it's funny that guys actually promise that online. Like, yo, this is the thing that's going to get, like, I'll be the first one on YouTube. None of the shit I covered is going to individually get William to that point. But you'll notice the one synergistic element, the commonality between everything that we went over today, was slowly but surely eliminating William out of the agency itself, allowing him to focus on higher leverage tasks, marketing, Instagram, etc. So that's the baseline. I'm extremely fucking proud of this guy. Not a lot of cats can say that they came into a business model and within a month and a half generated $20,000, signed 3 fucking A-tier clients. I wish I could show you guys this guy's clients. Like, when I'm talking some A-tier models, I'm talking some A-tier fucking models. But anyways, boys, I appreciate you guys watching this video. William, any closing words, man?
Nothing that is too appropriate around here. But honestly, just get off your fucking ass and do it. Like, realistically.
I love it.
Just get off your ass and do it.
Man of simpleness. I love it. No. It's at the end of the day, that's what it is. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I know that there was an immense amount of value in this video, and so fucking proud of this guy to my left here. At the end of the day, of course, buddy looked over there. Of course, it was guidance. It was me helping decisions. But if William was not on the keyboard pressing the keys, if William wasn't using his brain, if he wasn't making decisions, he would not be at where he's at today. So shout out William at the baseline of all of this. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, boys.
See you in the next one. I'll be there too.
Done. Fuck me to tears, bro.